So recently, I played against this Soraka player in solo queue, and he had a very unique approach to Soraka that I think could be good. But I also think Soraka in general could be good, so I'm just going to start with why Soraka in general could be good right now. And I mean, I thought Lulu was good before she got super popular, so maybe Soraka is the next big thing. But I haven't played much Soraka myself, so I'm not sure. But anyway, since the meta has shifted towards poke supports, I think Soraka fits in really well now. Like, she outsustains them easily in lane. The only thing she has to worry about is getting all in, which she wins unless the enemy jungler comes. And so basically, you win your lane versus all the meta supports and draw a lot of pressure and probably don't even die because it's not like they set up ganks very well. And then after laning phase ends, she scales really well with how the support, heal, and shield items work. Maybe not with Sensor in particular, but if you look at the actual items, Redemption and Crucible were basically designed for her. Like, Redemption gives you more HP yourself to heal other people, and so does Crucible through its passive. Even though Raka has low base HP regen, which is unfortunate, you get so much mana regen, it just doesn't matter. Crucible's passive is still super useful. And so yeah, she just works fantastic with Redemption and Crucible. Like those items are just great on her. And so that's why Soraka is strong and you can play her standard and it's probably good. But this specific player has a setup to really take full advantage of those strengths. He does a lot of unique things, but they're not just random shit. It's for a reason. So I want to go over why I think his build works. So the first thing that pops out of you at you is that he takes heal instead of his AD carry. And when wind speakers came out, I was thinking about this because your heal is more effective than your AD carry's heal. But the reason it isn't meta is heal heals two people, right? So you have it on yourself and it heals you and the other person. Whereas if you have it on your AD carry, it heals the AD carry and one other person. So if you're playing Janna or something, you don't really need that heal on yourself, and the part on yourself is just like wasted. But if you're playing Soraka, the pardon yourself is really good because it's a lot harder to stay alive yourself, and you can convert your own HP into HP for allies. So having heal on Soraka is actually super efficient because she gives more HP that way and like just can really use the HP on herself. And then the next weird thing is that he starts with no potions. He starts with a yellow item and a fairy charm. And also something that you wouldn't immediately notice, but is also super weird, is for runes, he takes a ton of scaling ability power. And so the reason for this is Soraka's landing phase is super good. Like I was saying earlier, she just shits on meta supports. Like if she lands her Qs, they can't do anything to her. But the problem is she's not an aggressive champion, right? So you can't really do anything with the fact that you're winning lane. Like it's hard to convert that advantage into anything. Um, like I think a good example to consider is Janna, right? Like if Janna loses lane, but she loses it gracefully, it's hard for the enemy to do anything and like push their lead and convert it into an advantage. But like Soraka, she wins lane, but she can't really force anything. Like she can't convert her ability to out-sustain everyone just by hitting Qs actually into something. And so the question is, how do we convert Soraka's ability to win lane into an advantage mid game? And one answer is to take a really aggressive setup, but I don't think that works very well with Soraka's kit. And so what he does is by taking a scaling setup that normally you would be punished for in lane, but like just by taking Soraka, you can make it out of lane, like maybe even win your lane. Um, and if you make it out of laning phase with this build, you're golden. And then something else he does, because like I was saying, Soraka scales so well with heal and shield amplification items, is he doesn't go Sightstone, he just rushes Forbidden Idol into Crucible and Redemption, since those items are so good for her. And having all that healing amplification also makes the scaling AP better, since the AP increase on heals is like further amplified by the healing amplification. And then one last thing that probably doesn't make a big difference in his masteries. He doesn't take biscuits since he doesn't buy potions. And obviously Soraka isn't an assassin, so he takes buff duration for Baron and like random buffs. And instead of taking perseverance, I think he figures his items give a ridiculous amount of HP regen already. But having flash and heal up is really important, so he takes insight.